we will appreciate and give indulgence. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Honorable Deputy Speaker. Madam Speaker, again, would like to say welcome to the head of the delegation to the House of Representatives. Thanks for that introduction. Distinguished colleagues, you listen to the request from our distinguished colleagues to have us result into what we call executive session for this deliberation. What is your way and pleasure? Honorable Margaret Thomas.
Mr. Presiding, our own Deputy Speaker, the 55th National Legislation, Liberia, the co-presiding of the Finance Guy, representing the people of District 5, Miami County, to our guests, the Honorable Red Speaker of the ECOWAS, Deputy Speaker of the ECOWAS Parliament, and members of the High Power Delegation that are here to meet with us, and to my fellow colleagues. Having listened to requests from the mediation team from the ECOWAS Parliament, and owing to the nature of the ECOWAS protocol being consonant of the protocol of the ECOWAS Parliament, and similarly with the fact that this issue has been in the news since the 17th of this month, last month, the 17th of October, it has gone far and wide, and every issue that is being discussed concerning our process has gone to the work. And it's obvious that with the perception of the public that any reason why we will have an executive session with clouds or dark cloud on us. So I would want to prefer that we have this mediation engagement in an open session so that we all can listen to it, work, and follow what is obtained. If I can relate that into a motion.
I was involved with the open session.
Madam Speaker, members of the delegation, it's good that before we test the trial motion, we'd like to lay a premise, Madam Speaker. It is good that members of your delegation are all members of Parliament, knowing fully well how Parliament universally works. There is a cliche that states, and I know it should be in the Parliament as well, that the minority will have the say and the majority will have the will. There may be, Madam Speaker, to have the motion tested by your colleagues in keeping with our proceeding. Thank you. With that said, Madam Speaker, distinguished colleagues, having listened to the motion made by our colleague to have this deliberation done in the open, what is the way and pleasure? All those in favor of that motion, please make a note by putting your right hand up. Chief Clerk, please announce the results. Those against, sorry. Those against, please announce the results.
Honorable Presiding Officer, Co-Presiding Officer, distinguished honorable ladies and gentlemen, there are 39 for, 1 against. Thank you, sir.
Distinguished colleagues, with 39 for, the motion is carried. Madam Speaker, it is the way of plenary. Colleagues in session. Thank you once more. You are welcome. You may now have the floor, Madam Speaker. Ahead of the issue. Thank you.
Liberia, et je vous salue.
Thank you very much, and my warm greetings to you, dear colleagues of the House of Representatives of Liberia.
Monsieur le Président, c'est vrai que nous sommes tous des parlementaires et que nous connaissons les pratiques parlementaires.
Mr. Speaker, it's true that we are parliamentarians, and we are all, presiding officer, we are all aware of the proceedings of the Parliament.
Mais ici, nous sommes en mission de médiation. Nous connaissons l'importance de la presse. Vous savez, la presse, elle arrange, mais elle peut aussi gâter.
You know, Mr. Presiding Officer, we are here on a mediation mission, and we know the key role that the press can play. The press can both play a good and a negative role.
L'objectif de notre mission, c'est d'écouter nos collègues.
The objective of our mission is to listen to our colleagues,
Et nous espérons que vous puissiez parler du fond de votre cœur.
and we would like for you to express yourself from the bottom of your heart,
Maintenant, pour éviter que certains propos soient travestis,
to avoid misinterpretation of some of the statements.
c'est pour cela que nous sollicitons humblement que la presse puisse nous laisser entre nous, collègues,
That's why we are humbly requesting the press to leave us among ourselves colleagues,
vu que nous ne faisons pas partie de la plénière.
because we are not part of the plenary.
Nous sommes juste venus causer avec vos frères.
We are just here to engage our colleagues.
Donc, je voudrais encore une fois solliciter votre indulgence pour que la presse puisse nous laisser entre nous, que les gens puissent parler, que nous aussi nous soyons libres de parler, parce qu'il suffit qu'on déplace peut-être un de mes mots, que ça donne d'autres connotations.
So I would humbly like to request again that the press leave us so that we can speak to one another from the bottom of our hearts and avoid any misinterpretation.
Vraiment, prier les collègues que ce soit une sorte de parenthèse, mais pas dans la plénière, mais une parenthèse pour que l'on puisse écouter.
And I would also like to reiterate the fact that we would like to only have some minutes of your time, and we are not part of the plenary, as I said. We just want some time of a part of your time in order to engage our colleagues.
Merci beaucoup. Parce que là, nous sommes porteurs d'un message président de la conférence des chefs d'État de la CEDEAO.
Thank you very much. We are here under the mandate of His Excellency, the President of the Authority of Heads of States and Governments, and we are here to convey a message. Dear colleagues, I would like to count on your cooperation. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Distinguished colleagues, as you may be aware, plenary is the higher decision-making body. Plenary has made a motion, and that motion was passed upon. It is only plenary that can undo or enforce it. Having listened to the request of our distinguished colleagues, and it's so interesting, a female head of parliament, pleading with members of this Honorable House of Representatives, as the presiding officer, permit me, distinguished colleagues, to join the Honorable Speaker and colleagues to kindly take your decision. With that said, we need to take a motion to undo in accepting the request of the Honorable Speaker. Motion, Honorable Julie, we have.
Mr. Presiding, co-presiding, distinguished colleagues, After hearing the first motion and with the honorable request from our colleagues, I move that the first motion be changed, that we accept the appeal by going into executive with our honorable guest. If I can obtain a second.
With the motion being seconded, are you ready to vote? Honorable Josie, I think we allow you to test it through your vote. The presiding will. All those in favor. Okay, please take your readiness for the Josie.
Honorable Deputy Speaker, Presiding Officer, Honorable Presiding, distinguished colleagues, let me welcome and recognize the presence of our ECOWAS colleagues. Relating to the concerns raised by the head of the delegation, I'm already because the issues, the crux of the matter for the removal of Honorable Kofa, it is a public record. Our issues are clear and they are in the media. We have clearly articulated our position, consistent with constitutional provision and our rules.
Please state your readiness, colleague.
Hence, I see no reason why we should go in executive for discussion. And the other delegation and their colleagues should be here.
Out. Honorable movement, please. Please. He has stated it. He doesn't want you to go into executive section.
Yes,
so the movement
is that
accept or reject. We got it, Honorable Joseph.
yes, please.
The movement. The option is with the movement.
To my honorable colleagues for River County, our learned colleague
We
from
need to manage time,
County,
colleague, please.
the issue that he said had been in the media. And I'm sure our colleagues have read that, and they saw it, they read it, that why they are here. The public is already aware. So, let us go into executive.
Accept or reject.
Also reject.
Honorable Abbas rules. Honorable Abbas rules. Already.
Mr. Presiding, Mr. Co-Presiding colleagues, to the movement, I will be ready to vote when this simple amendment is accepted. That for the fact that our colleagues are visiting us, and this matter is very urgent and it requires listening to us today, and that the motion initially voted that we have this in open section, but based on our appeal, a consideration motion was raised. That in keeping with our rules, any motion for reconsideration after the taking of this vote, it should be tested immediately after the motion. I will be ready to vote and ready to consider that.
As so I said.
Honorable Soka. Honorable Soka, Honorable Famula. We close on our note. Honorable Soka. Take that through your vote.
Honorable Presiding and Honorable Presiding, distinguished colleagues, to our honorable guests, to the movement. I think as indicated by previous speaker, I will be ready to vote if you could kindly accept a simple amendment that we allow the press for a moment hear from our distinguished honorables, and when we start to delve into the sensitive part, we then move into executive. If you would accept a simple amendment.
I reject.
Okay. Honorable Famula. Okay. So we take all with Taylor and then we close one of the unreadiness.
To the movement, I will be ready to vote for my distinguished colleague from Lofa County, considering that this legislature has a procedure and that the media has been a part of our activities from day one. I will be ready to vote if the communication that was written from ECOWAS will be read in this plenary before we take our vote. I shall submit.
The communication were read on Tuesday, so I saw reject. Thank you.
Distinguished colleague, with all of the rejection, all those in favor of the motion, distinguished colleagues from Lofa County, please raise your right hand. Against? Those abstain? Results.
Our presiding officer, co-presiding officer, distinguished honorable ladies and gentlemen, there are 36 for, 2 against, 1 abstain.
Three against, just correct that.
3 against,
1 abstain.
1 abstain.
And the result is
37.
distinguished colleagues with 37 in favor of the motion. The request is accepted. Motion for executive.
All right, so there you have it. The press is leaving the hall, and the ECOWAS delegation will be going to the executive with the majority of Bloc. We're going to come back after the executive.